Italy's free housing offer exposed. Real estate. If you are watching this video, the chances are that you've seen one of the most attractive life settlement options in human history, ever. As part of these offers, you can choose to live in many of these beautiful homes in Italy by literally paying €1. Alternatively, the owners of these Italian homes will pay you thousands of euros just to come over there and live. Does that sound too good to be true? Yes, because it probably is, and in this video, we will talk about the exact reason why Italy's free housing offer is not exactly free and can be a damaging deal, so stay tuned. Now, before we go any further, I would request you to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. But you must be asking yourself, why would they be just giving away these gorgeous countryside and sometimes very historical residences? That is an excellent question. So first off, most of these houses are marketed as free to own or have a ridiculously small cost. In other instances, they are even willing to pay you to settle there. But that does not mean that there is no price tag involved. In fact, most of these residences can be owned only if you are willing to pay for their renovation or maintenance, which alone can run you into tens of thousands of euros. The interesting thing about these houses is that they can be found all across Italy, from idyllic countryside homes to romantic remote lodges on the mountains. Even more interesting is that the number of these houses has been steadily increasing every year. The bottom line of the €1 policy is to attract foreigners who would invest in Italian real estate. Again, the cost is more than €1, as you would be looking to pay a lot more money in renovation costs, which can be estimated between 22 and 30,000 euros. Now, the average investor in real estate would still think that this is a cheap investment and wouldn't mind paying this sum if they get a great deal. But this still does not answer the burning question: why are there so many empty houses to begin with? To answer this question, you have to really understand what's going on with Italy. Italy has been perceived to have one of the largest economies in the region. This means that its economic engine has been doing a good job, or so everyone likes to think. In fact, the opposite is true in case of the Italian economy. Economists have discovered that the Italian economy has not grown significantly since the 1990s. Economic stagnation has not let any massive jump in productivity. Now, you will be thinking to yourself that Italy does lead in terms of manufacturing of exotic cars as well as luxury brands such as Prada and Dolce & Gabbana. But the reality is, despite these stable Italian exports, the economy has been largely stuck in a vicious cycle of stagnation. There are multiple explanations for this phenomena, ranging from lack of diversification in economic portfolios to the political culture of the Italian people. But the exact reason why this has happened has remained somewhat of a puzzle. Some political commentators have pointed out that the lack of economic productivity contributed to something they refer to as the Italian disease. What this means is that the Italian people are not sick, nor are they suffering from some physiological obstacle from achieving progress. Italian disease refers to the way Italian businesses operate. Business owners prize their personal connections as well as loyalty. They do not value performance or efficiency and usually hire people on the basis of who they know. When performance is a secondary concern of most businesses, then this automatically means that the business would not do very well financially. The culture of nepotism has kept the economy from achieving its full potential, as to which can explain why Italy has failed to live up to its economic promise. These structural problems include unstable government, unreliable legal systems, tax evasion, as well as huge public debts. In 2023, Italy's GDP growth percentage is expected to be at 1.2%. The pandemic was one of the main reasons why Italy's economic progress took a major hit in 2022, dropped down in the first quarter of 2023. And as you recall, things were particularly bad in Italy during the pandemic, as it suffered one of the largest death tolls. Now, all of this does not explain directly why Italy had such a large number of deserted houses, which it's paying foreigners to live in. But this will all make sense, so bear with me a little. Italy has one of the highest unemployment rates in Europe, which is around 10% overall. This unemployment rate is even higher for younger people, who are 35 years of age or younger, which would be around 30%. This means that almost 1/3 of the younger people could not find a suitable job. This created another phenomenon, immigration. Italian people have immigrated mostly to find a good job. The situation is so bad that even the most highly qualified of Italian professionals have to make do with less than 1,000 euros a month. This is simply not enough for survival, let alone to prosper. This creates push-pull factors, with most of these people choosing to move to the US or some other country for better economic opportunities. But even in the US, things are not as good as they used to be. Economic indicators are pointing out that individuals who used to earn 50% more than the median income are currently living from paycheck to paycheck. Successful hedge fund managers are also saying that things are not as easy as they used to be, with some of them complaining that the system of safe investments is crumbling away. The result is that most of these hedge fund managers are now investing most of their money into low correlation assets, which continue to grow in value even if markets do not. One example of this low correlation asset is art. One company which has benefited immensely from the investment in arts is Masterworks, which has produced a solid return on investment in every single case, and this is why it is gaining so much popularity right now that you will have to wait in a list to invest in Masterworks. Another reason why Masterworks is such a great opportunity is that it allows you to procure a work of art which is valued at millions without asking you to invest $1 million. Now, mentioning how things are in the US helps build a comparative framework through which you can better appreciate what the young Italian workforce is going through. Due to poor job prospects, 2 million Italian young workers have left Italy to date. There are tens of thousands leaving every year. There is a rapid brain drain situation going on in Italy at this moment. At the very same time, Italy also has one of the most aging populations in Europe. With such a huge number of people leaving the country for work and the net population growth percentage being negative 0.6% in 2021, it would make perfect sense for Italy to have such a large number of houses available for vacancy and purchase. Now, negative population growth is never good news for any country, and for a country which already is aging faster than any of its neighbors, it means that it is rapidly losing its potential to propel its economy. Japan is also suffering from a negative population growth and is throwing everything but the kitchen sink to invite people into Japan and start living there. Overall for Italy, things are not looking good. The number of houses left for sale is also increasing every year because young people are still living with their parents, simply because they aren't earning enough to survive on their own. This gives you an insight into how bad things have become in Italy. The surprising thing is that this situation is not unique to Italy. Most young people in the US also prefer to live with their parents because living separately is just too expensive, but that's a video for some other day. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please give it a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching till the end, and see you in the next one.